Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn and Pisces love reading. And this is a timeless reading, so this is for whenever you feel drawn to hear this message. Also, this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. All right, so we're going to get some romance angels to go in between. I have a deck over here, a deck over here. We'll get some clarifiers and close out with an oracle. Also, sometimes I feel like one side would be Capricorn and one side would be Pisces, but I don't always feel that. But you go with whatever side you feel you resonate with. Also, this could just be one big reading for you, one big message. All right. We have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. We have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And then we have unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Okay. All right. So someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So that means that you're not really being true to how you really feel in this relationship. And then when we have this unrequited love, it's like, are you really being true to yourself? Do you have an attraction to this person? Are you feeling that connection? Are you just saying that you are, or that you do have an attraction, but really you don't? Like, are you being true to how you feel and what it is that you want to do within this relationship? So I feel like maybe one or even both of you are not really being true to how you feel about each other, the other person in that relationship. You're not being true to yourself and you're not being true to that other person. Is it that you just want to move on, or should you spend that time to get to know each other? And to learn more about each other. Maybe on the surface you're not really feeling that connection, but once you learn more about someone, maybe that opinion would change. We have the Hierophant. Are you showing your true self, right? Is someone showing their true self, or they're not really showing their true self? We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Two of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles, Prince of Wands, and I'm feeling one more. So we have the Strength card, and I'm feeling this, maybe these two also. The Eight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Okay, the Seven of Swords is that deception again, right? Deceiving, kind of sneaking away, kind of in the night he's stealing the swords. There's people kind of here that are looking the other way, so he's kind of doing that behind their back. So for overall energy, we have a lot. We have the Prince of Wands, we have the Strength card, we have the Seven of Swords, Sometimes it's hard if we're not really, if we're having some negative feelings towards someone, and sometimes it's hard to kind of face those facts and to tell that person, you know what, I'm just not feeling that connection, or I'm feeling like I don't want to move forward with this relationship, or I'm feeling these things about you, and you have these things that you want to talk to with the other person, and it's not that easy. It's like, oh no, I'll just pretend it doesn't exist, it'll get better, and so I don't have to deal with it, because I don't like dealing with that. And I feel like that's what this Two of Swords here is trying to figure out. Do you want to deal with this situation, or do you not want to deal with this situation? But I almost feel like it's kind of come to that point where something has to be done. But you're not really sure what it is that you want to do, because she still has the blindfold on, and it's kind of like looking at those negatives and the positives, the pros and the cons, what is your heart saying? What is your head saying? Are those two things lining up? How are you really feeling here? I feel like there's a lot of back and forth that you're going through. It's like maybe one day things are great, and one thing's, like this, the Five of Wands is in between these two cards. So like maybe one day things are great and you're having a lot of fun and you're feeling like kids again and you're feeling that connection, and the next day you're like, oh, I don't know, I think I want to walk away. I think I want to end this relationship. I'm not really feeling happy. Like looking down, and he's like really thinking about things. I'm just not really feeling happy. I kind of want to stop this relationship. So I feel like that may be what's going on with you, is that, you know, it's kind of that back and forth, and you're not really sure what it is that you want to do, but you have to take that time out to figure out how you feel. Do you want to get to know each other and bring this on the next level? Like, it's almost with these cards, it's like, do you want to get to know each other and move things to the next level, or is there unrequited love where you're like, no, I think I'm over it, I think that I'm done? Maybe that's what you're feeling from the other person, right? Maybe the other person is making you feel like one day everything's good and everything's, you know, in a good place and you're having fun, and then the next day it's like, oh, they're like cold as ice, like, what's going on? Like, we just had a really good time. You know, this person just told me all of these positive things, and now it's like they want to break up with me. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. All right, so let's get some cards from this side. And see what's going on over here. Two of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Six of Wands. Five of Cups. Page of Wands. Four of Swords. And maybe one more, the Strength card. You both have Strength card, okay, for overall energy. That's pretty interesting. You both have the Strength card. This Strength card here has the Infinity sign, which represents individual empowerment and everlasting love. All right, so this side over here, I almost feel like you're going through the same thing, right? Because, like, we're going from this Six of Wands to the Five of Cups. So it's like that happy, I'm excited, things are going good, to, oh no, things are going bad. I'm focusing on these Three Cups. I'm not focusing on the relationship. I'm focusing on the negative. Bad things are happening. I'm feeling that disconnect. I almost feel like the both of you are kind of on this roller coaster of this up and down, right? I feel like this side is more, you know, wanting the relationship more, because we have the Ace of Cups, and then we have the Six of Pentacles, and then we have the Two of Cups. So it's about focusing on that relationship and sharing how you're feeling in that relationship and communicating and wanting to get to know each other more. I feel like this side wants to do that. For overall energy, we have the Four of Swords, and that's taking that time out, kind of grounding yourself and figuring out what it is that you want to do, and then having the confidence to move forward with that decision. But I kind of feel like this side wants to work on the relationship and take those actions that are needed in order to get this relationship back on track. But I also feel like there's this ups and downs with on this side too. But it could, again, it could be that one side is telling the other side, you know, like, it could just be the reaction to the other side that one day they're happy and then one day they're not. Like, everything's going great and then all of a sudden everything's going downhill. One day you're together and you're going to get married, and the next day it's like we're breaking up and we're never going to see each other. I feel like there's a lot of that, especially with, like, the cards are showing that too, and even like the romance angels. It's getting to know each other, but then it's also unrequited love. But I feel like the key thing here is the deception one, that someone's wearing a false self mask, is that maybe one or both of you really need to look and see, is this a relationship that I want to continue? Is this something that I want to be in? Do I want to go through this energy for the rest of my life, or for the next however amount of time? Is this the energy that I want to be in, or do I want to work through this? Do I want to get past this? Do I want it to be calmer, right? I feel like there's a lot of drama here. I feel like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of ups and downs. So I feel like that's something that you really have to look at and figure out. I feel like each person has to decide within themselves what it is that they want from this relationship and where they want this relationship to go, and then move on from there. You have to figure out what you want first, right? You can't just give an answer because you feel like that's what the other person wants you to do, because that's not being true to yourself. Again, with that deception, someone is wearing a false self mask. That means that you're not being true to yourself on how you really feel. That's the first step, most important. All right, we have the Empress. but it came out upside down. So I feel like there's not growth in this relationship. There's not a connection. There's not it's not evolving. It's not growing. I feel like it's this crazy, dramatic back and forth, up and down. One minute it's great. Next minute you're breaking up. I just feel like there's like this relationship can't grow because I feel like it's just stuck in this cycle of this back and forth, right? Six of Pentacles, which is sharing. I feel like there's definitely a lot of communication that needs to take place within this relationship. Again, you have to figure out what it is that you want first and then move on from there. Do you want this connection, right? Do you want this bond? Do you feel that there's a connection with this person, but do you feel this is also something that you want to work towards? Because there are those people that we feel we have a connection with, right? And that we're like, yes, like I'm definitely connected to you, but this relationship just isn't going to work. Like I care for you, I love you, and you always have a special place in my heart. But I just feel like we just can't have a relationship, you know, because it's too toxic, it's too up and down, it's too all over the place. It's not something that makes me feel safe and secure. But I do feel this attachment to you. Sometimes we have those relationships, right? Five of Pentacles, feeling like you're out in the cold, feeling like you're alone, feeling like you're kind of single even though you're in a relationship, right? You're feeling like I have this partner, but sometimes I feel like I'm left out in the cold, that I'm by myself. And it's like, do you want to have those feelings? Let me grab some water. All right, that's better. And you know, who wants to feel like if they're in a relationship but they're feeling like they're left out in the cold? Nobody wants that. We have the Sun card for overall energy, and I feel like this side has a lot to think about. This side has a lot, you know, we have this Two of Swords here, and it's like making that decision, but the decision that works best for you, and not feeling guilty about it, whether it's leaving this relationship or working on this relationship, not letting what other people have to say affect you. And it's about, what do you truly feel? What's going to make you happy? Is it staying in this relationship or leaving this relationship? You know, whatever that is, what is going to give you that Sun card energy? The Fool, taking that leap of faith, new beginnings, new starts, right? I feel like this side over here wants to work on the relationship. I feel like this side is sort of back and forth, but I feel like this side has doubts because this side's all over the place. All right, we have the Queen of Cups. So there's a lot of emotions going on. I definitely feel that there is a lot of emotions going on, right? We have the Ace of Cups, so that's emotions overflowing. We have the Queen of Cups. So again, that's feeling very emotional. The Queen of Cups is somebody who is very emotional, very almost like fragile. Things affect her, right? Moods affect her. Energies affect her. And I feel like this has been a lot. I really feel like both parties, their emotions have been all over the place. Seven of Wands. Again, you have to figure out what works best for you. What do you want in this relationship? What do you want to have happen? What's going to work best for you? And then move towards those goals, right? I feel like this has been exhausting for you, Nine of Wands. This has been a lot. I feel like the two of you have been through a lot. I feel like this has been going on for a while, and it's just sort of kind of come to the point where it's like something has to happen. Again, Four of Pentacles. Oh, we have one underneath that. Eight of Wands. So moving forward, what is the choice that will be best for you so that you're not putting up walls? I feel like you've put up a lot of walls. I feel like you have... Because it's like you're reacting to this side. It's almost like, how do I survive in this relationship, right? Because this is up and down and all over the place. I feel like I have this connection with this person, but this relationship is so all over the place that, you know, it's exhausting, right? It's like, how do I survive this? How do I get through this? I don't know, but I feel like it's time to just look within and decide what's best for you. Sometimes we're just sort of caught up in it and we don't even realize how chaotic it is. And sometimes people around us are like, I don't even know how you deal with that relationship because it seems like it's all over the place. And For some people, maybe that works for them, right? They like that dramatic. They like that relationship that's up and down and all over. I don't know. That's not me. I like things that are calm, slow, and steady. But, you know, but I feel like maybe that worked for you before, but I feel like now it's kind of coming to the point where it's becoming exhausting, right? Where it's starting, where people, you're each, one or both of you are starting to put walls up, and it's like, okay, we've done this long enough. Now it's time to readjust this relationship. All right, so let's close out with an animal oracle. You have to do what's best for you, what works for you. But I feel like this relationship has kind of come to the point where it's just becoming too much. It's time to work on it, to change things. I feel it's been exhausting for both of you. All right, Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. What are your dreams? What do you want to have happen in this relationship? Where do you want this relationship to go? Where do you see it going? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Where do you want to be in 50 years, right? Kind of those are things to think about within this relationship. And that, you know, could help you in moving forward in this relationship and make those decisions on what it is that you want to do and what will work best for you. Being strong and confident in your decision and not letting the other person talk you out of it, and being confident in, because you both have the strength card for overall energy, and it's being strong and confident in your decision on either to work through this, work this out, or to move on, whatever it is that you choose, and being confident in your decision and knowing that that's the right decision for you, and not letting anyone change your mind on that. Because if you do change your mind on that, I feel like it's still going to come back around and you're not going to be happy, and you're going to wish that you had stuck with it the first time. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.